But also I think that intensity also comes from, there's a word I came up with years and years ago, which is faux-cess, which is faux, F-A-U-X, as in pretend, fake, the French for it, and cess as in, so it's process, but it's faux-cess, the fake process. So when you're doing a trick, it's knowing what the faux-cess is, and it's something we talk about all the time in the Darren room, but it applies across the board. When you take that sponge ball and you put it in your hand, what's the faux-cess now? What's happening? What happens to that sponge ball that makes it go from here to there? Or when you turn over the top card and now you tap it on the glass and turn it over and it's changed, what has happened? And I don't mean that every routine has to be this like big, dramatic, huge pauses, but it's worth just asking the question, magically, what are my powers? What is supposed to happen? And if your answer is, I don't know, I don't really care, I just want to do a few good tricks, that's completely valid. But you might also just discover, that's quite a surprise, that's actually quite a good answer. Maybe it's that. Maybe I need to do that, or make them say that before that happens, or this or that. Or even, most people, their version of process is I wave my hand or snap of the fingers, and you don't even go as far as when I snap my fingers, what happens? Because it's a different trick if you go, okay, here's a coin, that goes in my hand, snap my fingers, it's gone. Is completely different to, I'm going to take the coin, I'm going to put it in my hand. I'm telling you what's going to happen now. It's still there, by the way. I'm going to snap my fingers. When I snap my fingers, it's like starting a car. It's like turning an ignition. And the power that I have when I snap my fingers, as long as I'm looking at the hand, it'll go. Now, if I don't look at the hand and I look down here when I snap my fingers, something will happen there. So I need to be very careful where I look when I snap my fingers. So, coin is here. Ready? Gone. It's a completely different trick. And all I've done, that's just the first thing off the top of my head, but by simply asking the question, what happens when I snap my fingers, changes how you do your magic. And it's not the fault of people, because most of us get into this as a sort of lovely hobby that we love, and all we do is we read the instructions, or we watch the presentation, and then we copy exactly that, and that's fine. That's how I do most of my stuff. But when you start just doing a little bit of work, it's amazing how it can transform. It's transformative.
Absolutely.